Hello everyone, this is Just Plain Lucas, and I thought I'd just show off one of the new LEGO sets that I had just built and give a quick little review. This is the Super Mario Mighty Bowser kit, and if you know your video games, you know exactly who this is. He's been Mario's nemesis for almost 40 years, always stealing the princess and threatening the Mushroom Kingdom. Now he's back in LEGO form, and he's a pretty beefy boy. So he's about a foot tall, about a foot wide, and you can see that he's pretty detailed. He's got spikes, the spiked armbands and the wristbands, and he actually has a spiked collar here. He's got some pointy teeth. Now you can see a fireball in there, and unfortunately the fireball mechanism does not work. You're supposed to pull back on this guy here, and it's supposed to shoot the fireball out that way. But for some reason it is not working, and I can't figure out why without actually having to take it apart, and take his head apart and take a closer look, but I'm going to do that some other time. So that's kind of a disappointment. But he does have some articulation. You can move the thumbs, so you can have the thumbs in. The downside is none of these fingers actually move, so that's a disappointment because, you know, if I wanted to give Mario the middle finger, unfortunately I can't. But you can turn the hands. You can also move the arms up or down, so you can have them at his side, or you can have them out for a more menacing look. The eyes, actually, you can move them, so if you want them to look left or right, or you want them to be cross-eyed, you can do that. The eyebrows also move up or down, so you can have a confused or worrying look, or he can be a sad Bowser because he's always getting his ass kicked by Mario. But for now, I kind of like him with the menacing eyebrow look. That's how I've always known him. That's how he should always be. So you can also see here, they did a really good job with the shell. Unfortunately, I was an idiot, and the locking mechanisms underneath the shell I put in backwards so they didn't line up right. So I had to do a little bit of surgery to get those swapped back around. But, you know, it's good. I got it all put together. And the platform that he stands on, you can pull this little guy out here, and you're going to see a little scan barcode thing. That's for the interactive Mario, that in my personal opinion is very ugly. But it's the Mario that you use for all the Super Mario playsets, which I'm just not a fan of. I don't get those. It's also, they take up a lot of space too. I just feel like I never wanted to get them. So the platform that he stands on also has two identical towers that are spitting fire at the very top. But what I don't like is that they come apart pretty loosely, especially this one here, but there's a reason for that. Because when you take it off, little POW block, little Easter egg. And I kind of wish that if they were going to go the route of having Easter eggs, they would have done maybe a few more. Like, I don't know, they might have had an invincibility star under here, but they don't. The other thing that I don't necessarily like is that there's nothing anchoring Bowser to this platform. So you see you can slide around and everything. What that's designed for is basically you can lift him up, and I'm hoping I don't drop him. You can lift him up and play with him at any time you want. However, I kind of wished that there was a way to anchor him, so that way if I wanted to move him around on this platform, I wouldn't have to worry about him sliding off and falling apart. So those are the only kind of real complaints that I have about the set. I really was hoping that the fireball mechanism would have worked first try, but unfortunately maybe I did something wrong, or maybe the spring's broken, and I'm really hoping it's not that, because then I'd have to get the spring mechanism replaced, and it takes a while for LEGO to send out new parts. So what I have on here is space for the LEGO NES and the TV that's going to go right there. And then I have this guy that I'm moving over here, so that way eventually I'll have it opened up and it'll display all the scenes from the Super Mario 64 game, which is how it's originally supposed to have been displayed. Also, before I forget, this guy clocks in at, I believe, 2,807 pieces and retails for about $270. It's a little expensive, but it's par for the course for the piece count. Just to keep in mind, if you haven't been paying attention to LEGO has been upping the prices on their LEGO sets for almost all the new sets, as well as going back to increasing prices on their older sets, like the Ultimate series. The Ultimate Collector series, Millennium Falcon and AT-AT, both of those jumped up $50. Also, the Lego Hogwarts Castle jumped up $70. So prices are going up on the rise. So if you really want to get this, I'd suggest getting it now before Lego decides to do another price increase, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did it closer to the holiday season when they really want to get these guys moving. So if you want it, act now. I didn't check to see if it's still available or not, but shouldn't have too hard of a time finding it. I didn't have to camp out for it. I just logged in the moment they launched it, got into the site, checked out, real easy. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, and one thing I wanted to talk about is look at this. Look at how cluttered my drawer is getting. I really need to start making some new shelves. So the Stranger Things set I actually had to take from over here. I had to move that over here. And then, unfortunately, the X-Wing is out of order. I tried to fix one of the gears inside of it, found out that I have 3 broken gears, so that's out of commission until I get some new parts. But the TIE Interceptor was also moved. They were sitting over in this spot right here, but I wanted this spot free for my Nintendo stuff, which I think will look amazing. And so it's really crowded over here, but fortunately, if you'll take a look, I cannot believe this is actually working. The roller coaster has just enough clearance that it will still work. Nothing gets in the way. As you can see, came around and did a full lap and going back up again. But what's cool is now that there's a little bit more scenery, because now they can see this guy as they're coming back down, and they go underneath this guy when they come back around. So, in my opinion, it worked out for the best. So, thanks for watching, and look forward to another LEGO video in a few months if I find anything interesting. Bye-bye.